Yesterday, 15 local dancers took part in a masterclass run by members of the internationally renowned Dancenorth Australia at Top Rock Studios. This Friday, Dancenorth will perform their groundbreaking production Wayfinder, soundtracked by recordings from virtuosic Melbourne band Hiatus Kaiyote at the Civic Theatre as part of New Annual. We're joined by Dancenorth's Associate Artistic Director Amber Haines to find out more about their incredibly immersive show Wayfinder. How long have you been working with Dancenorth for?
Oh, it's coming up to 10 years next year, which is surprising because we've done a lot, but it's also just been the ride of my life. Dancenorth has existed for nearly 40 years, and Kyle and I have been, the director custodians for the last 10. And in that time, we've been very fortuitous to create main stage work and community-based work that we have toured all over the country and all over the world.
And so one of those examples is what you've brought here to Newcastle, which is called Wayfinder. Before we talk about the show, I'd love to know what inspired the workshop that we're seeing this morning.
With the workshop, with our touring model, we're really elevating community interaction. We see it as integral to kind of sit alongside the actual main stage work. And the premise of Wayfinder is really directly housed in the notion of connection. So the dance class that's happening right now kind of delves into both physical philosophies on how the dancers prepare themselves, but also has a large element about the sensing being and connection with other bodies in space. And then they're also learning some of the really fun repertoire.
If you had to sum up Wayfinder in a sentence, how would you do that?
Whoa, in a sentence?
Okay, maybe not in a sentence.
I would say it is wild, and it is deeply felt, and it is huge and bombastic and joyous.
Which ties in very well with the music that you've chosen, which is all from Hiatus Kaiyote. Why Hiatus Kaiyote, and how did you select from their catalogue? Because they have such a big catalogue.
Yeah, well, Hiatus Kaiyote, they are virtuosos. There's 4 producers in the actual band, and Nay has the most extraordinary voice, and basically their work straddles so many different genres, and being able to delve into their catalogue in that way was a real treat, because creating a work is really like creating a journey, and so we could really lean into their diversity, but also just knowing, because this work is all about connection and really kind of getting under the skin of the audience, that this kind of pop, jazz, fusion genius can just invite anyone in.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so when you say that you want to get under the skin of the audience, what kind of themes are we going to be seeing throughout the show?
Well, I would say it's less thematic, no narrative. Beautiful. But it kind of it plummets through some pretty diverse, as I said, bombastic and very virtuosic worlds. We actually staged the work on a large inflatable surface, so what the dancers are capable of really defies gravity in many ways and furthers the form. But there are elements in the show that actually invite the audience into it literally, in the sense that we have an audio installation whereby we had custom made and designed by Byron Scullen, exceptional design sound artist from Melbourne, created these, they're kind of like moons, 100 of them that are distributed through the audience, and each moon contains a speaker with its own voice of Nay. So we have 100 recordings, and they all harmonically kind of go through a journey where they rise into this incredible choir that the audience is literally saturated in. So there are elements like that, as well as being in awe of what's happening on stage. You're actually eloquently folded into it. Yeah.
Why was it so important for you to make sure that the audience was a big part of the production?
Well, it's definitely the kind of work we make. We want to break that fourth wall always, because it is about community. But the work was literally created in response to the amount of fear and isolation that arose from post kind of COVID-19 pandemic. So it was like a calling to create that experiential situation.
Yeah, amazing. Well, look, I can't wait to see Wayfinder, and I can't wait to get back and keep watching this workshop. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Such a pleasure. Thank you.